Okay, we're now going to actually look at the head um, to go on top of this figure. Now in SolidWorks, there are several ways of building models. One is to do the individual parts and then bring to assembly. But the other is to, I've forgotten the term now, sorry, but it's where you actually create all the parts around each other. You then save them out as separate parts and then recreate the assembly. That is the easiest way to do that. So we can actually then create exploded drawings and all sorts of stuff later on. And it also makes it easier to make sure that stuff fits if you're building stuff off stuff. As we go through, you'll understand what I mean. So the head is fairly simple. It is a basic cylinder. So to start with, you'll see that you've got your LEGOMAN head in the paperwork, and you see most of the dimensions there. So to start with, I know that the head actually rests on this here, so I'm going to start to draw some cylinders off that. And as I go through, I'll explain. So let's go up to sketch, and it says the planar surface plane. I can either take the plane or that surface. I'll take the surface for now. So what I'm going to do this time is go to, first of all, convert entities, and I'm going to take that there. This is going to be a very tight fit. In reality, you would actually do it a little bit more, but I'm just going to convert that for now, and you'll see that it's gone down onto that plane. And I know there's a radius there, but I'll sort that out in a second. Okay, so that's that inside element. I actually haven't put, I have put a diameter down for the base. So the actual size of the big circle is 6.9. Now that again is an odd dimension, but again, this is taken from a real figure. So if I go to my circle, and if I just hover over that, you can see just in there, it highlights the center of that circle. So just click on that. I'm going to pull it out. Okay, and it is concentric to that. I can show you a way of making circles concentric in a bit. So if I go to Smart Dimension and I create a dimension on there, and I'm looking for a diameter, as I said, of 6.9. Okay, and I'm going to straight away, I'm actually going to extrude that by 1mm. So if I go to Features, Extrude Boss Base, go straight up. I could actually go all the way up. Actually, we'll do that. I'm going to go, I don't have all the figures here as I should have. I'm sure it's 1mm. I'm going to go up 1mm. So I've changed my mind. You'll get used to me, don't worry. So that's the bottom ring. Now I've made a mistake already, and I'll just go show you how to go back into to do that. If you look at your solid bodies tree, okay, it says there's only one, but I've just created another. So what have I done wrong? If I go to the last command I did, I'm going to right hand click, and I'm going to go edit feature. Now you'll notice I've got the merged box ticked. If I untick that and go back again, okay, and I look at my solid bodies folder, I now have two parts. So these are two separate parts. I can't move them about as I could in an assembly, but they are separate. So I can now start to build on top of that. I want it to go up by, I don't know, I'm going to put 20 in there for the second. I'll change that in a second. Okay, so it's far too big, so I'll just bring it down to 10. It might be quite square in a funny way. I'll just give that a green tick, and you'll notice I still have two bodies. So if I just hover over those, it selects the bodies I want. and there is a big hole there as well, which is fine. I can change that in a bit. I'm just going to have a look at my other diagram because I'm actually missing my height dimension. So I want to go up 9.5, so it'll be 8.5 I wanted to go up. Okay, so let's go back into that. So as I said before, there's two ways you can go. You can either go to that one and right hand click, see it highlight and go to edit feature, or you can actually highlight that, right hand click and go edit feature. It will become intuitive as you go, and I've already forgotten the size that I was going to go up. I think it was something like let's just hold fire there a second and go back in. It was 9.5. Okay, that's from the bottom, so that is 8.5. So just a shame I have a bad memory. So let's go back into that. I'm going to hover over that, go to edit feature, and actually change that distance to 8.5. And hopefully that has done it. Okay, I think that has. Now, you're probably saying I've got a big hole there. So what I can do now to get my full height, if I just flip back to my drawing again, which is what you'll have in there, you see I've got 11.28 total height, 11.28. So, and I've got 9.5 there. So what I can do, if I just go back to the main drawing, if I do my circle, this is the top circle, so this is 4.9 circle out. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to go sketch on there. I'm going to draw a circle from the center of that there. Just hover over. Okay, and I'm going to do two things here. Just put a smart dimension on that of, that should be 4.9. Okay, which funnily enough is actually that size. And this time I'm going to go to my partition tool. Tell you my mind is really going, it's getting late. The section view tool, and I'm going to go features and go screw boss base. Now with that's gone up too high. That is only 1.78. So I'll take that to 1.78. Okay, but I'm going to go to direction 2, and this time I'm actually going to go up to next, and it's done it for me already. It's gone up to that point. It's actually domed it. Let's just see what that does. I don't want that to do that, so let's go up to surface. Let's pick that surface there. That's better. And make sure the merge is done, but I don't want to auto select. I just want that outer one there to be done. And as you can see now, it's been merged. Now why that tool is the way it is, what I'm going to do is actually hide the bottom part. So if I right hand click on it, and you'll see the little eye, if I hide it, just leaves me that part. Now I know that the fillets are 0.25, so go into the fillet tool just while I'm here. Okay, and 0.25 is the last one I used. I'm going to do that. I didn't want face, although I can do faces. Let's just delete that. Pick up on that line. There we go. And I'll pick up on that bottom one there as well. If it allows me. You sometimes have to move these around to just try and get what you're after. Let's come out of, I can't come out of that at the moment. Shall we hide my planes for a minute? That's better. Let's go, that's it, that's better. Okay, and if I take if I go back up to my solid bodies folder, you see it's been sort of ghosted. Just right hand click on that. You can actually fill it, but don't right hand click. See this little arrow here? If you just click on that, See where it just goes, so just click on it and it comes back into full position. So now you see a very nice contoured aspect. Now while I'm in the fillet mood, I'm going to fillet there, and I know I've got radius of 2 for that and the bottom. So let's just change that to 2 and click on the top and click on the bottom. Okay, give that a green tick. And you can see the head now starting to come together, and I leave that fillet there, though you probably would have just a break edge there. I need to draw that hole going down. So come out of that, let's go to sketch. Okay, on the top here, let's go to circle, draw the circle out from that point. Okay, let's press the space bar. Let's just make sure it looks as though it's concentric. It is, I'm sure. If in doubt, put a I've forgotten the word for it now. Let's go to smart dimension. 3.2 there, and that diameter should be 2.9. It's 2.9. Okay, and then this time features, go to extrude, cut. Okay, now when you do this, thinking about injection molding, you should have a slight draft angle on it, but it's so minuscule here I'm not going to bother. But just bear in mind that when you are doing parts for injection molding, you have to have at least 1 degree of draft. If I put 1 degree on that, just click that little draft box there, and it's at 10 degrees default, 1 degree, and then give it a tick. And you'll see I've got that little hole there. And again, I'm just to tidy things up a bit, I'm going to go in and do 0.25. I'm going to do a small fillet just on that inside, and I am going to go on the outside here. Okay, not really necessary, but just to make things look nice. And I might as well, while I'm there, do the bottom one. So I'll just go back, edit feature, and then click that there. Okay, that's not on your drawings, but it just tidies things up a bit. So there you go. I've now got 2 parts there. Just check the bodies folder. Okay. And I can go back in history. Just go up to there to see no head. Then I have head. There we go. Excellent. Right. Next video we will do the midriff section. And then we'll look at the legs and the arms from there on, and show you how to mirror those. And then once we've done that, I'll show you how to save the parts out as individual parts, and then I'll show you how to put the assembly together. And then you can do all sorts with animation and stuff, but I will go into a package called Visualize, which you'll have with this stuff. So I'll see you in the next video.